Hi, today's going to be a little bit different in the way of me filming and stuff. I know I don't typically film all the time, and it's only when I feel like it, and blah, blah, blah. But I'm here at the local cemetery in Los Molinos, California. Sits on, let me turn my camera around so you guys. It sits on the main highway. I just wanted to show people a few of these sad little baby headstones. Some of them is really cute, and other ones is so sad. Okay, so here's little Judith Ann Thornburg, I guess you would pronounce it. This is a very old. So basically, she was only a year old, or approximately. Yeah, she was exactly a year old, and a month, two, something like that. But basically, she died in the 40s. Now, back then, it could have been anything. I mean, anything. I mean, they didn't have a whole lot of vaccines for babies, let alone adults. So, it could have been smallpox, measles, mumps, chickenpox, a cold, a flu, pneumonia. It could have been anything. This is the one that I think it's a little hockey. I think it's like, how could you? I mean, it could be just a coincidence in my mind, and I watch way too many ID investigation shows, but these are two of the same. Sorry about my little dog. She loves the cemetery. These are two of the same family grave babies. Each one died 23 days after he was born. Get this. One was born in 1942, that one. So he would have been older. And then this little baby boy, died in 46. So, but 23 days after they were born. Now, I know it could have been just a coincidence, or maybe it was SIDS, because was, I think it still is pretty potent in like newborns up to like a year old or something like that. This one's sad. It's happy but sad. This little grandbaby was born with his grandparents, but he only lasted 3 hours. And in 1953, my dad would have been 3 years old at that time. But yeah, so there's that little one. Then there's like, I'm just gonna be. This isn't a very big cemetery. It's actually a very peaceful cemetery. I love cemeteries. I love everything kind of creepy, cemetery-ish. But see, it's not a very big cemetery. I mean, down that way, it's a second half. Sorry, my camera's not focusing. Down there is like a second half of the cemetery, and it's not even that big. So the next one is down here. Now, I think the tombstone is supposed to be of an angel, but it looks more like a fairy. So, they pretty much keep this up. I mean, pretty much, I'm here 4 days out of a week only because I like to sit in the quiet with my little dog, and I just love this cemetery. Now, for those of you if you believe in this stuff, or if you don't, since I've been doing this, there's always been kind of activities in our house. We live not that far, like a little ways down there. I mean, from our front yard, we could kind of see into the cemetery here. I mean, it takes me about 5 minutes to walk here, so it's not that long. But anyways, if I sound a little nasally, it's because I'm sick. I think I have a cold or something, and it's just lingering. But here it is. We're coming upon his little grave. I think he was only a few days old, maybe a few hours old. I don't think he was that old, the baby. Um, yeah, he was only like a year old. Not even a year. Yeah. Wait, no, he wasn't even a year old. And stuff. So he was about 4 months, 5 months shy of a year old. Um, but yeah, but look at this. Is it? Now, the wings on, I think it's supposed to be, maybe it's supposed to be a cherub. Maybe it's a cherub and not an angel. At first I thought maybe it's supposed to be an angel, but I think it's more of a cherub. Um, or maybe it's supposed to be a little fairy child. Because the wings looks fairy-ish. Am I wrong about this? It's cute though. I mean, it's stinking cute. But I think it's supposed to be a little, come on, Clover. I think it's supposed to be a little cherub, maybe. I'm just gonna call it a fairy child because it looks more fairy-ish to me. Then there's one over here that's sad. I think he was stillborn. Watch it. I have to be careful and walk slow. And little Clover's legs are pretty tiny. And also, there's clovers that don't want Clover to walk in. Yeah, there's Clover that Clover should not walk in. Like, look at that tiny little thing. We almost lost her too because my sister accidentally let her out of the house and I found her over here and she barreled through that pasture there. Some guy had to help me catch her because she didn't want to come back home. That was the day after she went missing. She's one that will not go to strangers though. She's a mama's girl. She's a little stinker. But back to the cemetery. I'm not sure when it was built. I know that we have two here in Los Molinos. I've only ever been here. The other one's on the outskirts of Los Molinos. It's on a road called Tehima Vina Road, I think, or Tehima Road. I gotta pick her up because I don't know if you guys can see them, but there's a lot of clovers and there's bees there. About a month or two ago, I didn't realize she was walking in a patch of it, and she got stung by a bee. She was hurting for, well, I gave her some doggy aspirin, and that mellowed the pain down. But anyways, this one is really sad. Basically, he would have been born a year before me. He would have been a year older than me. I'm 43 right now, and I was born in 81. But I don't know if you guys can tell. Okay, it's showing up. But I'm guessing he was stillborn. I mean, sometimes if they've lived a little bit and stuff, sometimes they'll say, like the grandbaby over here and stuff, like, the grandbaby didn't even have a name. I don't think that they ever named him and stuff. It's just that the grandson only lived 3 hours and that was it. Hold on. Sorry if it's bobbing. I had to untangle her. There's a few more that I want to show real quick. I think there was one here. There's one over there that's like the cutest one. There's a really sad one over here of a little 5-year-old. And then there's also one that's of a baby. I think it's a baby boy or something like that. But it just has like initials. Now, what's the weird thing is the same initials that's on there is the same initials that's on the side of our local where you go and store things, storage place. So I'm not sure if, and I don't know when that storage place was built. Um, so I don't know if it was, actually, I think if we're going to cut across here. See, it's not a very big cemetery. And if you hear sirens, there's sirens coming. Because the one I want to show you guys is over here. And it's the cutest little headstone. Well, there's a lot of other ones that was, there's a couple ones that was over here too. I think there's one of a little girl named Penny, I think, or Peggy. And I think she was only a few years old or a few months old that was buried. It's sad whenever anyone is buried, like no matter how old you are, but it's especially sad when babies and children are buried or has died, because they just have not lived. Like, they have not lived. Okay, so I think I'm trying to remember where the little girl one was. Oh crap, I don't remember. I think it's further down here. And well, I know there's definitely a little boy one and stuff down here. Hold on, we have a little pit stop to make. She's gonna pee. See, she marks her territory in this. I mean, she's already peed like a zillion times in this. I've been here since 10:30 in the morning, and it's now, I'm not sure. It's probably close to like 11 o'clock right now. There is spots there. Now, a couple years ago, I came here and there was headstones there. So I don't know if they were moved somewhere else, like the bodies and the headstones. Oh, okay. So it's up here. Now, I don't know why they put like a little car on the grave when it was like a little girl. Penny. Yeah, Penny was the little girl, baby's name. Basically, she was only a few months old. She was born in January 1954 and died March 1954. So, yeah, she was only a few months old. Now, that could have been anything, too. Like, it could have been SIDS. It could have been measles, mumps, smallpox, chickenpox. A cold, a flu. I mean, back then, even a cold could have killed you. Like, especially when you're a little baby and you don't have, like, the vaccines like we do now. Okay, so I'm going to go around this way first. Or actually, I'll just cut across, because the one I want to show you of the little baby, unnamed little baby, it's the weirdest little thing. His headstone's not even in like a proper line like everybody else's is. You see how I mean, that one's not even in the proper line right there. So like they're like in proper line. That one's kind of out of place, but there's the babies. So here's the babies, and it's got the same damn initial. It was a baby boy. May 13th, 1953, I think. Yeah. Nope, 58. And it says the same thing on that one and stuff. It was the same thing. So either they found him in the storage unit, like somebody had, didn't want be known that they either accidentally killed their baby, because that's the same initial as our storage unit. Or maybe it's just like, I'm not sure. But I just think it's kind of odd. Okay, so I'm trying to think. Where? Okay, the little boy's grave is up here. If I remember correctly, he was only a couple years old, or like a year old or something like that. Or maybe he was stillborn. I'm not really sure, but it's so cute. It has like wooden blocks, like, and then like a little teddy bear on the tombstone. It's like so cute. And then I'll show you of a different one. And then I think that's it in the way of the little ones. I mean, there's not like a lot, which thank God, but also, you also have to have money to bury the babies. And yeah, he's up here. Okay, so his name was Rusty. Okay, he was 19 days old. Isn't that the most cutest freaking, and sad, the cutest. Now, I asked the caretaker of the cemetery about these little footprints, and they said that was the little boy's actual footprints. So, I mean, he could have been maybe preemie, because those are awfully tiny, like, little footprints. But then again, I've never had children, so I don't know what a newborn's footprints actually looks like, He could have been, like, anything could have happened to that little one. He was 19 days old, so, but it's, like, stinking cute. And then the most saddest thing is that, I mean, he's only lived 19 days. Like, that's why, seriously, and I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate and stuff. That's why I wonder if there's really is a God. Like, why would he take the little tiny babies? And then he leaves like these murderers and serial killers out there to just do whatever they want to fucking do. Excuse my French. Like, there's so many bad in this world, but yet the good people is the ones that gets it. Now this one is a homemade. I guess somebody didn't have the money to actually buy a proper headstone, so they made their own. There's one over here where person, you could tell it's homemade, but they did such an awesome job. And I'll show that to you too. I know this was just about the little ones, burials and whatnot and stuff, but I'll show that to you guys too. Okay, so we're almost coming up on the little boy and his mom. I think. Yeah. It's so sad. Basically, he was 5 years old. Let me switch. Okay, so basically he was 5 years old when he passed away. And then a year later, his mommy passes away. Now, I'm kind of guesstimating that maybe she couldn't handle it and she took her own life. Or maybe it was just a freak accident and maybe she got in a car accident. But okay, so here, and on her tombstone, it actually shows a picture of her and the little boy. And then on his tombstone, it does not. But let me show it to you. Okay, so here's the little boy. Yeah, there's the little boy. Kind of basic headstone. And then here's the mom. And then there's the picture of the mom and the son. And stuff. So she died like a year after he died. Or close to it. Now I gotta figure out where. I think it's over there. I think we're gonna have to go over there. But it's freaking cute. Somebody basically carved, like did wood carving on like wood to mark their family. But the way that they did it is so freaking cute. Like, they were talented. Okay, I have to slow down. I'm kind of speedy walking a little bit, and she's trying to run to catch up, and she's kind of getting tired. You want to come here, honey. Sometimes I forget when I'm like talking and walking to like slow down for her. I'm sorry. Okay, so I have her in my arms right now. Yeah, I think it's up here. Yes, it's up here. You could kind of see the wood on the ground. Okay, it is so freaking cute. See, it's got roses, a rainbow. I mean, whoever did that did an awesome job. And they must have known how to do the wood to where it's not going to rot. And so, I think that's pretty much it. If you guys want to see more of the cemetery or more of like the different headstones, just comment down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.